Every time you enter a supermarket, you're stepping into a sophisticated psychological arena where design elements are strategically weaponized to influence your spending behaviors. This isn't just shopping, it's a meticulously engineered experience where every architectural detail, color choice, and spatial arrangement is calculated to manipulate your subconscious decision-making processes. Supermarkets have transformed from simple retail spaces into complex behavioral laboratories, where consumer psychology is studied, predicted, and systematically exploited. The moment you cross the threshold, sensory experiences begin their subtle manipulation. Fresh produce isn't randomly placed near the entrance. It's a deliberate psychological strategy designed to create immediate positive emotional associations. The vibrant colors of fruits and vegetables, their carefully arranged displays, and the fresh, organic aromas trigger neurological responses that prime your brain for a pleasant shopping experience. These initial sensory inputs are scientifically calibrated to lower your psychological defenses and create an atmosphere of abundance and well-being. Architectural layout becomes a silent persuasion mechanism, with every curve and corridor engineered to maximize consumer engagement. Wide aisles create an illusion of spaciousness and freedom, while strategically positioned product displays ensure constant visual stimulation. Eye-level shelves represent prime psychological real estate, reserved for high-margin products designed to capture your immediate attention. Lower and higher shelves become secondary zones, subtly hierarchizing consumer attraction and guiding unconscious browsing patterns. Human decision-making operates far more irrationally than we typically acknowledge, and supermarkets exploit this fundamental psychological vulnerability. Placing essential items like milk and bread at the store's furthest point forces shoppers to traverse multiple aisles, dramatically increasing exposure to unintended purchases. End-cap displays, those strategically positioned aisle terminations, are meticulously curated to generate artificial scarcity and trigger deep-seated fear of missing out. These design choices transform shopping from a functional activity into a complex emotional journey. Color psychology emerges as a profound manipulation tool, with each hue carefully selected to evoke specific emotional and behavioral responses. Warm colors like red and orange generate urgency and excitement, compelling consumers toward impulsive decisions. Cool blues suggest reliability and calmness, while green tones invoke natural, healthy associations. Product packaging becomes a sophisticated visual language, using chromatic and spatial design to trigger precise psychological reactions. Even lighting is strategically modulated to create specific mood environments that subtly influence purchasing behaviors. Pricing strategies represent another layer of psychological manipulation, far more complex than simple numerical discounts. The ubiquitous 99-cent pricing isn't merely a discount technique, it's a cognitive illusion designed to make prices seem substantially lower. Bulk discounts and seemingly generous promotions are carefully constructed mathematical systems that make consumers feel like they're winning, while actually encouraging increased total spending. These strategies exploit fundamental cognitive biases, transforming pricing into a nuanced psychological game. The checkout area represents the final psychological battleground, engineered to extract maximum transactional value from exhausted shoppers. Impulse buy items are meticulously positioned, where consumer willpower is most depleted, surrounded by visual stimuli, and positioned to trigger last-minute emotional purchases. Small gadgets, magazines, and convenience items become irresistible additions, strategically placed to capitalize on decision fatigue and reduced mental resistance. Music and ambient sound further contribute to this complex manipulation ecosystem. Research demonstrates that slower tempo music causes shoppers to move more slowly, spend more time in stores, and consequently make more unplanned purchases. The carefully curated sonic environment becomes another subtle psychological lever, influencing movement patterns and emotional states without conscious awareness. Technology now amplifies these psychological design strategies through data-driven personalization. Advanced tracking systems monitor shopper movements, analyze purchasing patterns, and continuously refine store layouts. What once relied on intuitive design now leverages complex algorithmic insights, creating ever more sophisticated consumer manipulation environments that adapt in real time to collective and individual behaviors. Understanding these mechanisms doesn't guarantee immunity, but awareness represents the first critical step toward more conscious consumer choices. Supermarkets have transformed shopping from a simple transactional experience into a complex psychological performance, where every detail is intentionally designed, every placement is strategically calculated, and human behavior becomes the ultimate canvas for sophisticated manipulation. Have you ever walked into a supermarket with a simple shopping list and walked out with a cart full of items you never planned to buy? What if I told you that this isn't an accident, but a meticulously engineered psychological experience designed to manipulate your every move? Welcome to the hidden world of supermarket architecture, a realm where every shelf, every color, and every sound is a calculated strategy to control your purchasing behavior. Imagine walking through a typical grocery store. The layout might seem random, but it's actually a sophisticated maze crafted by behavioral psychologists and marketing experts. Each design element is a deliberate psychological trigger intended to maximize your spending and minimize your rational decision-making. From the moment you enter, you're entering a carefully constructed environment engineered to hack your brain's most fundamental impulses. Let's start with the entrance, the first point of psychological manipulation. Most supermarkets strategically place fresh produce sections near the entrance, creating an immediate sensory experience that triggers positive emotions. The vibrant colors of fruits and vegetables, the natural lighting, and the fresh smell create a subconscious perception of health and freshness. This isn't just aesthetic, it's a psychological reset button. By first exposing you to natural, wholesome products, supermarkets prime your brain to feel good about your shopping experience, making you more susceptible to subsequent purchasing decisions. The produce section's strategic placement serves multiple psychological functions. It creates an illusion of healthiness and virtue, subtly justifying future impulse purchases. The bright colors and organic displays activate pleasure centers in your brain, releasing dopamine and creating a positive emotional state. Researchers have found that shoppers who start their journey in a produce section are more likely to make indulgent choices later in their shopping trip, a phenomenon known as the health halo effect. As you move deeper into the store, you'll encounter another fascinating manipulation technique, the deliberate placement of essential items. Staple products like milk, eggs, and bread are strategically positioned at the rear of the store, forcing you to walk through multiple aisles to reach them. This isn't an accident, it's a calculated method to maximize exposure to other products. Every additional step increases the likelihood of unplanned purchases. Marketing research suggests that for every extra minute a shopper spends in a store, their probability of making an impulse purchase increases by approximately 15%. The horizontal and vertical product placement is another sophisticated psychological strategy. Eye-level shelves are prime real estate in supermarket design. Brands pay premium prices to secure these positions because they understand human visual psychology. Most consumers naturally scan shelves from left to right and top to bottom. Expensive, high-margin products are meticulously placed at eye level, while cheaper alternatives are positioned on lower or higher shelves. This subtle visual hierarchy guides your attention and subtly nudges you towards more profitable items. Color psychology plays an extraordinary role in supermarket design. Warm colors like red and orange are strategically used to create a sense of urgency and excitement. Sale tags, promotional displays, and certain product packaging deliberately use these colors to trigger impulsive buying behaviors. Cool colors like blue and green are used in areas meant to create a sense of calm and trustworthiness, particularly in health food or organic sections. These aren't random design choices, they're carefully calculated emotional manipulations. Sound is another often overlooked manipulation tool. The background music in supermarkets is scientifically selected to influence shopping behavior. Slower tempo music makes shoppers move more slowly, increasing their time in the store and likelihood of additional purchases. Classical music near wine sections has been shown to increase sales of premium.